Well, our little friends seem to be awful anxious lately. And even the foxes. So what's up with that? Guess it's that time of year. Well, welcome friends. Welcome to the Foothills of the Smokies. Another chapter of As the Ridge Turns. Now it's a beautiful morning this morning. Rained all night. And it's cold. But it's a beautiful sunrise across this ridge. Beautiful sight. And the pond filling up nicely. So we'll see what these little friends has been up to. They've been scurrying around everywhere this week. So relax, enjoy yourself, and let's see what our little friends has been up to. Now out on the ridge, the deer are still just moseying around, the does. Here's a little old yearling. And they're still picking, eating leaves. They're kind of picky which ones they eat, though. There's old Yaller moving through the ridge. He's hanging in there, ain't he? And the little ground squirrels is having a good time, too. They're getting in on what's left of these acorns. And the deer, they just taking it easy. I guess they're not being run around by these old bucks and stuff. So they just take it easy, like the sun a lot. And these bucks, I still film them. They look rough looking. Look at this. Look rough. But they're still around. Film them here and there. They just look like they've had a hard time. They're still hanging in there too. You see one passing through here on the cameras. These does, they just watch out for these coyotes, whatever's strange in the woods, and they'll just lay down, take them a nap. About everywhere they go. But it don't last long. They're up moseying around again, trying to figure out where everybody else is. Down at the pond, it's half frozen there one of them mornings. Old turkey moving around on it. And the deer's down at the pond regularly. That's their watering hole. And here's a family of possums right here moving through one morning. Coming right down the cut. Cute, ain't they? And it gets dark. Up on the ridge, there are the coons coming out of their dens. One right after another. And they're moving on through. All across this ridge, camera to camera. They didn't seem to want to play with them much this week. And the old fox, they're out too. Pretty fox. The old possums, they out doing their thing too. Now there's old Yeller. Look at him. That eye's healed up good. He's only got one eye though. The old cat that thinks he's a bobcat. There's an old possum coming through the cut there. A good crossing area right here. And that's a fox. Standing right in front of the camera. And he even comes down and licks on. Now there's old Wishbone. He's wet. I wonder what he's been into. There's no fox moving through again. Well, that's a coyote. I'm sorry. That's a coyote. There he is, another one. They just following these little animals around. If they catch one vulnerable, that's dinner for them. They better watch out, old Yeller better watch out for them coyotes. They would be a good dinner for them. Old fox moving through the scent tree. Now, if him one here, the old fox, see right up here in the right upper corner is a possum, and there's a fox following him. But he don't seem to care nothing about that possum. So he just moves on. Now, these animals live together what they can. There's old Lightning at the scent tree. Ain't seen him in a little while. And there's old Wishbone moving through. Here's two old possums below the hotel, moseying around. Now here they are right at daylight here below the motel. Don't know what they're mad about each other. They get over it though. And here at the hotel, old coon moving around. Haven't seen that groundhog. He must have went back to napping. The coon's fooling around here. This is always on their stop. And the foxes too. Now here the foxes seem to be fighting a little bit. And what they're up to. One got something the other didn't want. That's how they are. And the old possum at the rock, he's out prowling around, fixing to go back, take him a nap. And there's old Wishbone again at the rock. He's fixing to retire for the evening there at the motel. Now up on the ridge, old coons is moving across it, going towards the pond. I know what they're doing. There's an old fox too moving across the ridge. And so is the old possums on the trail moving across the ridge. Wonder what they're into. And there's another one of them big bucks that you just barely catch on the camera, moving through. They're still around. And there at the pond, there's a coyote running. But the coons, they're always at this pond. They like it, this water's coming up. They like to dig in it. Don't matter what the weather is either. They always in this pond. Their favorite place. Well, anyway, come daylight, these deer are still browsing around looking for these acorns. They just about gone, but they're still around a little bit in certain places. And they'll mosey around about all day looking for them. And there's the herd moving around across the ridge. They stay ganged up, these does do. Well, so does the buck. And there's a little old yearling walking through. But anyway, it's time for the squirrels. These squirrels are so precious. So relaxing to watch them. And they really work themselves to death trying to find these acorns. Beautiful little animals. Well, that's just what stepped in front of the cameras this week. So, hope you enjoy these little chapters of As the Ridge Turns. So y'all take care. God bless, and I'll see you next time.